Yo, Charlie, I like this one.
Today on Be The Model, we have a very special guest with us today, master hairstylist, CEO of Lotus Lux Wig Collection, the one and only Monique J. Monique, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you guys for having me here.
You look very nice. Thanks for making it.
Thank you.
Traffic is crazy out there.
It was crazy. I almost didn't make it, but I got here.
Why don't you go on ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, how'd you get started into the business, and a little bit more about your background.
Okay. Well, my name is Monique J. The J is short for Joseph. Usually when people hear the last name Joseph, they automatically can tell that I'm Haitian. So I am from,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I am from two descendants of Haitian parents who came directly from Haiti. They've been here about, I'll say as old as I am, 35, so about 40 years. I started doing hair when I was about 9 years old. I started braiding hair, and then I started doing hair around the block, and you know, people would come to me, old people, young people, just come to get their hair done. So I turned it into a business at about, I would say maybe 12, 13 years old, where I actually started charging people because I got good at it. Then I started learning all different techniques. So right now I call myself a master hairstylist because I do locks, I do braids, I do sew-ins, I do relaxers, I make wigs, I sell hair, I do everything hair. So I'm not limited to just one space except for barbering. I just don't do barbering. That's the only part that I don't do. So that's just a little bit of a background about me. From Fort Lauderdale, born and raised. I attended Dillard High School, graduated from Dillard High School. I received my cosmetology degree while I was in high school, so all of that was out of the way. Completed high school, went into business school, didn't completely complete that, and then just took off with business after that.
Nice. You're just your own hustler. You just do your own thing.
I basically just do my own thing.
From school?
I did get the basics from school. And it's helped me along my journey. I did work in corporate America as well, I would say for about 6 years after school. So around the time I was 25, I quit my job and I've been doing full-time hair, started my salon in 2012.
So what's the name of the salon?
Lotus Hair Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
Lotus Hair Incorporated, that's the name of your salon?
The name of the salon, well, the name of the business is Lotus Hair Incorporated. The DBA is Lotus Lux Wig Collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what inspired you basically when you were small to say, hey, I want to start doing hair? I mean, was it something particular or was it someone you saw?
Yes.
What gave you inspiration?
Well, my sister started me doing hair. She's since passed, but she...
Sorry to hear.
Thank you. But she's the reason why I started doing hair. So when she came down from Haiti, she taught me how to braid. I was 9 years old. She's the reason why I started. The reason why I started my business is because working in corporate America, I realized just wasn't for me. I was just so used to hustling and grinding out of my mama's house all that time. So after graduating high school, they tell you you're supposed to go into corporate America. So I went into working for the bank, you know, a couple of different financial institutions, the unemployment office, state of Florida, and it just wasn't for me. So after realizing that I don't want a micromanager over my head is the reason why I stepped out
Get your own
at
thing.
25 to just, I was like, I can make this doing hair.
Right.
Exactly.
Could have my mama house.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
So we
Yeah.
love that. We love that entrepreneur that's
Yeah.
inside of you.
Thank
You know, that
you.
go-getter.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do you cut people hair? Like, do you cut women hair?
I do cut women hair, but I don't specialize in shortcuts.
Oh, okay.
So if it's a request and something that I'm comfortable doing, then I will. I do bobs and different cuts like that.
Right.
But as far as like completely crop shortcuts and barbering, I definitely keep, I leave that to the professionals who are great at it.
So how'd you get into the wig making process?
So I like things to be easy.
Right.
Sometimes getting ready, trying to do your hair is just the worst thing in the world.
Right.
So I realized that for my clients, especially clients who were out of state, they weren't able to come in and get their hair done. And so the wig making actually picked up during the pandemic. I used to make them for my clients,
Okay.
but during the pandemic, when people weren't able to actually come into the salon and everything was like shut down, I decided to go ahead and start the Lotus Lux wig collection, where I would actually just have an assorted collection of wigs that my clients can choose from, so that they don't have to worry about coming in and sitting down and possibly being, exposed to COVID.
Right.
You just have something that you can get up and go
Yeah. So the wig.
and wear on your head.
So the pandemic changed the game for hairstyles.
It definitely changed the game.
So
It
where-
definitely did.
Where can they find, like, look at your wigs, basically, see what you have to offer? Do you have an online website?
So yes, I do have a website, www.lotusluxhair.com.
Okay.
And then I also have my Instagram, which is Lotus Lux Hair.
Lotus
At
Lux
Lotus
Hair.
Lux Hair.
Okay.
Yes.
Follow her on Instagram at Lotus Lux Hair.
Yes.
Don't forget to visit the website, lotusluxhair.com.
Hair.com.
Okay.
And on Instagram at Lotus
It's
Lux.
also Lotus Lux Hair.
Okay.
Yes.
And speaking of hair, like, have you experienced, like, let's say, what do you do when you experience a customer who isn't satisfied, or like give us a story about maybe one of your worst experiences dealing with hair or wigs?
Okay. So I have a really bad experience dealing with a particular customer who felt that I was intentionally not accepting her appointment. So she was trying to book an appointment, and I have an online booking system,
Okay.
which is Booksy, and she refused to go on Booksy to book her appointment. So I was like, okay, well, you're not following by the guidelines. I have to take you when I can take you. So it took a couple of days, and I wasn't able to get back to her because I already had my appointments booked for each day. And so she basically called, she came up to the salon, she threatened me. She
Damn.
said, I'm gonna post you on all social media sites. You're unprofessional. You know what I mean? You think you the shit or whatever the hell, and you just you just don't want to take my appointment. Just tell me that. I was like, ma'am, I don't know you from a can of paint.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing in me to say, oh, I don't want to do your hair.
Right.
You're not following proper protocol.
Yeah.
So because you're not following proper protocol and you just want me to squeeze you in, I can't do that for you. I have other clients who did what they were supposed to do. So she just literally came up there and was acting like she was about to fight me, and I was like, sis, I'm about that life. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, I literally will beat your ass in front of my salon and take my ass back in here to these clients.
We're
So
not playing about their hair, man.
it gets really tough. It's definitely a thing. So I do understand her plight. Like, when you want your hair done, you want your hair done. And I get that. But sometimes, when you're trying to be professional and run a business, you have to just follow the proper protocol, and I'm gonna make sure you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it professional.
Yes. Yes.
So, what else does your salon offer? You guys do eyebrows? You guys do makeup, eyelashes?
So we do nails, and then we also I have two hairstylists, and then also two nail techs. So it's a really comfortable and cozy setting.
Yeah.
Everyone in the salon works by appointment.
Right.
It just works,
Right.
especially with after the pandemic. It just works for everything to just be by appointment. So it's a cozy environment, very family friendly environment, and so we just have the two nail techs and the hairstylist right now.
So a person would go on your website and go through Booksy, you said?
Yes.
That's how it works?
Yes, to book the appointment.
Right.
Okay. And any plans on what's your future plans? Do you guys plan to expand, or do you have any other businesses in the works that's not out yet?
So what's in the works right now is a wig bar.
Okay.
I want to actually move from the salon space of being behind the chair. This is an idea that came up during the pandemic.
Right.
Okay.
But I want to move from behind the chair and actually just start a wig bar where people can actually come in and experience purchasing a personalized wig, because I also make custom wigs. I measure your head. You know, I look at your face, tell you what's your best side, let you know how the wig will fit. So just want to offer a personalized experience for people who either have hair issues, alopecia, cancer patients, or people who just have certain scalp issues and all they can wear is a wig, that they can come in and just feel, you know, just have a personalized experience on getting an actual wig made that's customized to them personally.
So you provide the hair and everything?
I
for
do
the people?
provide the hair,
Okay.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, all
So
of our
sorry.
hair is 10A quality virgin hair, and then I also do provide raw Indian temple bundles as well.
Okay, okay. And earlier we spoke about, I think, your humanitarian things that you've done. What other things do you do besides the hair?
Okay, so besides hair, I am an adoptive mother.
Wow.
So I adopted my niece and my nephew after my sister passed away.
Okay.
And that actually opened up a world for me where, you know, there are a lot of kids out here who don't have, you know, they just don't have the necessary things. They don't have the love, they don't have the stability, they don't have, you know, the parents. And sometimes I'm an aunt and I adopted my niece and my nephew, but there's a lot of people out there that's like, I don't have no room in my house for that, you know. And so those kids end up either in the foster care system or trying to find an adoptive home. So one thing that Lotus did do on Thanksgiving and on Christmas, I would actually have a group of about maybe 10 young girls to come in and receive free services, just so they can feel, you know, confident and just feel good about themselves going back out into the world, and just to let them know that we do care, you know, and that there is somebody out there that you can call on that does care about your situation, what you're going through, and can offer support even in a small way.
That's amazing.
Get
That's
your hair
amazing.
done.
You know, we thank you for doing that. That's on point.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
we didn't really touch on your family life. I mean, are you a mother? Tell us about.
Yes, I am a mother. Well, I consider myself a mother of 4, like I said, because I adopted my niece and my nephew. So I have twins of my own,
All right.
maternal twins. So they are 17 years old. Their names Jeffrey and Jermaine. They're
Okay.
my pride and joy. And then my niece and my nephew is Javon and Bianca. Bianca is in Tallahassee right now. She's in college. Javon graduated 2019. Bianca graduated 2020. And my boys, Jeffrey and Jermaine, are now in college at BC, Broward College. They're doing dual enrollment. And they'll be graduating in 2022.
So you did your thing. You raised some good kids.
Yeah.
There's no kids no more. You got grown men.
I do
yeah,
have
grown
grown
men.
but I still
Grown
call
men
them my
and women.
babies. Like, I be,
You don't. You would not look like it.
thank
To
you.
have 17, 18-year-old twins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of that, can you stand up and show us what you got on today?
Sure. I just wanted to
Nice.
be cute, y'all.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Courageous, resilient, and powerful.
Wow, that's good.
Good.
Okay.
So what accomplishment are you most proud of?
My kids.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, that's always an easy question,
Yeah, that's
because I had them at 17 years old, so that wasn't easy.
Right.
I did have my mom's help. Shout out to my mama.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout out to mom.
Appreciate it. And she, you know, she helped me in the beginning, but it's just the hardest thing to do, to raise twins at 17, still finish school, still try to figure out what you want to do with your life, where you're trying to go. So that is honestly my best and major accomplishment.
Yeah, we definitely commend you on that. We know it's very hard out here for single mom. Are you a single mom?
I am a single mother.
Okay.
Yeah, so we definitely
Yeah.
commend
That's
you on
what
that.
I was
That's
Thank
very
you.
hard.
Everybody in school, everybody graduated or in school. That's
Yes.
great.
That's a great job.
Thank you.
Because most
3
of our
men and 1 woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good.
most of our black
Thank you.
men are either incarcerated you know, they're out on the streets, they're not focused.
Right.
But you have yours focused, you raised them, they're in
Right.
school. That's a great job you did.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Okay, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? In your business, where would you see yourself as a CEO?
Well, as a CEO in my business, I just see myself kind of behind the scenes, just running everything, just everything flowing and running the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of young girls that I would call maybe proteges, that
Yeah.
you would call them,
Right.
that I'm actually in the works of teaching certain skills and teaching how to actually, you know, run a business and keep it afloat. So I'm hoping that I can kind of pass the torch to them a little bit within the next 5 years and focus on real estate, because that's my new
A new
Okay,
passion.
you're trying to venture out into real
yeah,
estate.
so I want to venture out into the real estate market, learning how to flip homes, wholesaling, and things like that. So in the next 5 years, I want Lotus to basically be running itself.
Nice.
Yeah.
And speaking of proteges, what advice would you give any young woman watching, young girl out there who wants to start their own hair business or start their
Or
own
any
wig
business.
business or any business?
Yeah.
What kind of advice, based on your history and your experience, would you give them?
Based on my history, I would say first you got to get serious. You have to get to a place and write out a plan of what it is you actually want to do and be clear about it, and then focus on it. Focus as much of your attention as you can on actually building that business. Do the research, you know, just grind it out. Build relationships with people, you know, actually go into different salons or different people that you may admire and look up to, and have conversations with those people and see how they, you know, got their mindset to a certain space, so that you can kind of mimic their movements a little bit. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say that you don't know something, because sometimes I feel like when you're starting a business, sometimes we don't want to ask for help, or we want to figure it all out by ourselves. But one thing that I've learned with the people that surrounded me and my mentors is that I was humble, you know, and I wanted to learn. So things that I didn't know, I didn't want to just act like, oh, I already know how to do this, let me do it this way. No, let me ask these questions and let me actually gather this information so that I can make the best decisions for what my path is and where I'm going. So I would say just literally write out that plan. It sounds cliche. It sounds like, I mean, everybody say it, but write it out, put it on paper, and work on it.
Right. So anybody famous that you work with?
Yes, I've worked with a couple of famous people. I've worked with Nicki Minaj. I've worked with Future. I've worked with, most recently, I worked with Moneybags.
Okay.
Moneybag Yo. He's a really, really great person, actually. So I enjoy working with him.
So you basically you celebrity hairstylists all the way. You work with everybody, man.
I definitely have worked with
No
a
money
couple
back.
of
You
people.
ain't get no wig.
No, we had created some locks for him.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
So you
a
said-
shoot that he was doing, because I do locks as well.
Okay, you do locks. You start them off.
I start them off.
Oh, okay.
I start locks and I also maintain them.
Oh,
And Lil Wayne, I worked with Lil Wayne too,
okay.
For sure.
a couple of times.
Yeah, heavy hitter.
And do you have any regrets thus far coming up until this point?
No regrets. I don't.
That's great.
I believe in no regrets,
Right.
no matter what.
And if you can go back and tell your younger self, give her advice, what advice would you give her on business, life, and love?
Business, life, and love. So, for business, I would tell her you should have started sooner. You
Okay.
should have got your ass out the mud at 18.
Yeah.
You know, and not saying that I didn't, because I've been doing hair.
Yeah.
But as far as a business mindset, like, I shouldn't have waited. I should have been did it. Love, continue to have a free heart and just continue to love, regardless of if you feel like it's gonna hurt or if you feel like it's gonna be this or that. Don't put any type of pretenses of what you think it's going to be or expectation on love. Just allow love to come and love freely back, and learn the lessons. If it is a lesson that comes from it, if it didn't work out, learn that lesson and pick yourself up and continue to love again, because at the end of the day, you know, we're here to live, and love and emotions is a part of life. So sometimes hiding yourself from it or hiding yourself from love, you end up hindering yourself from your blessings that could be coming to you. So
That's real.
yeah.
Great advice.
And who inspires you? Who inspires you in life? Who inspired you growing up?
My mom.
Shout out again to mommy.
Shout out to mommy.
All right.
Yeah.
And did you tell us the location of your salon? 'Cause I
So
don't
the
know.
location of my salon is 4952 North Pine Island Road in Sunrise, Florida, 33351. And that is, it's Sunrise, but it's also Lauderhill. So just follow that address, and it'll take you directly to me in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
All right. And is there anyone, if you could meet 3 people, any 3 people, which 3 people would those be?
Dead or alive.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Let me think about this one, y'all. I want to meet Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou?
Cicely Tyson passed away. I would have loved to meet Cicely Tyson.
Okay.
And then Angela Bassett.
All right.
Okay.
So, what pertaining to what's going on in the world right now, with black folks, with the Black Lives Matter. We recently had George Floyd who passed away.
Yeah.
What's your advice to young black men who would be watching this? I mean, and you also have
3 young black men.
boys of your own. What advice would you give them? Would you give the viewers on how to guide themselves and how to deal with the way the world's going right now?
Whew. That is a heavy question. As far as advice, I would say educate yourself. You know, like really be educated on the laws, really be educated on the way that things work in this country.
Okay.
Don't be naive about your position in this country. Unfortunately, black males have a very unfortunate position in this country. But when I say don't be naive about it, I mean like don't sell yourself short to think like, oh well, it can't happen to me, and it's not that serious, because it is that serious, and you do need to be educated to a certain degree so that you know how to move. You know, if you find yourself in a situation with the law, I'm not that person, honestly, that's like, don't, you know, just shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I feel like there's a way to express yourself where if you can express yourself articulately and professionally without, I'm not saying to be rah-rah, but I'm also not saying bow down. You know, because I feel like there's a position, there's a space that you can stand in where at the end of the day, I know my rights.
Yeah.
You know, I know what it is that you guys can and cannot do. And even if they're doing it to you in the moment, I don't think being silent is the space to be in. Correct. I think that, you know, if you're doing that to me in the moment, say, listen, I know what you're doing. You're not lawfully, you know, you're not supposed to be doing this, you know, and even if you take me to jail, like if they take you to jail or whatever, okay, let them take you to jail, but also let them know and speak out that I know my rights, I know who I am, I know what you can lawfully and unlawfully do, and I will fight back. Because, and it doesn't have to be a physical fight back, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take the law, you know, and allow the law of the land to work in my favor as well, because I'm educated. I'm not just going to sit there and lay down and just let y'all do whatever y'all want to do.
First goal should be to make
Great
home.
answer.
And then we can, you're alive, we can deal
make
with the
it home
problem.
alive, and then do what you got to do. Yeah.
That's
Good advice.
great advice, actually, for all the young guys out there. Listen to this advice.
Make it home alive.
Definitely make it home
Again,
alive.
Fight that fight. The right
And
way.
where
Fight
can
it the right way. Unfortunately, because we can fight it up.
where can all the viewers, all your followers again, see what you're doing, see your business, your social media platforms, let everybody know how to find you.
Okay. Well, IG is my main social media platform right now. So I do have a personal page, which is I am Monique J.
Okay.
Then I also have my hair page, my business page, which is Lotus Lux Hair. So you can follow me on both of those platforms. I also do have a Facebook page, Lotus Lux Wig Collection. And then my personal Facebook page is Monique Joseph. I post like funny memes and like different stuff, so you guys will enjoy yourselves on my page.
I'm curious, where did you get the name Lotus Lux? Like, how did you come up with the name?
So Lotus, now that's deep. The reason why the company is named Lotus is because of my personal struggles that I felt like I went through in my life. If you guys are familiar with the lotus flower in Buddhist culture, it grows through the mud. It grows through very obscene situations, and it's a beautiful flower that comes up where it grows where you don't think that it should be growing.
Resilient.
So yeah, that's why I say resilient. So if you look at the mud, you like, what is this beautiful flower just sitting in the middle of all of this mess?
Yeah.
And so I relate to that.
Okay.
And I decided to call my business Lotus because I want the women who come in, even if you feel tarnished, you feel like you're having a bad day, you feel like things ain't going right in your life, you can come into the salon and leave feeling like a lotus, leave feeling beautiful, leave feeling rejuvenated, and knowing that you can grow through any situation regardless of what it is. So that's why it's Lotus. Lux comes from the word luxury, so Lotus.
Okay.
Luxury.
Luxury. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Great name.
Thank you.
And final question.
Look, had some real heavy questions.
It's almost over.
Okay.
What does Be the Model mean to you?
Be the Model? So at first I thought it was like a modeling company, but now the interpretation that I'm receiving from Be the Model is basically like be you, kind of like be who you are. So whoever you are, model that, be that, embody that. That's kind of what I'm picking up.
Okay, so that's basically be you, embody like whatever it is that you're putting out.
Embody your presence, embody your soul, embody whoever it is that you are. Be that model. Be that model citizen. Be that model cop. Be that model football player. Be the model of who you are and what you have to present to the table, and embody that.
Yeah, bring your
Right, thanks. We like that. Be the model. So, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We want all the viewers to check you out. Follow her. What's the Instagram again?
My Instagram is at I am Monique J and also at Lotus Lux Hair. And then you can also visit www.lotusluxhair.com to check out all of the new wig styles and latest merch and stuff that I'm about to be putting up on my website, so y'all can go ahead and shop with me.
Okay. Check it out. Go check out her wig collection. For all you ladies celebrating, about to hit the spring break, get your hair on point.
Yes.
Holla at Lotus Lux Wig Collection. All right, we got Monique J. Thanks for joining us. We had a great time. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
All right, and everybody out there, be yourself, be you, be the change, and be the model.